Well, hey everyone, welcome back. Tim here, of course, Gamma VD. Super pumped today. Finally get to show off this new product. So excited. It is the brand new dashboard accessory mount for the 80 series Land Cruiser. You have never seen this before. Let's get into it. We've had that one in the works for a little while now, but we'll call it a new product for 2026. That is when we finally got all the pieces put together, and it is a number of little pieces, starting with a variant on some of our original parts from almost 20 years ago. We started making these cup holder insert bezels, so a little new variation on that, as well as our single switch. We've done the mic holders, etc. So a little variant on that product. And then two sheet metal parts. So a single, kind of a single accessory holder for just one location on that dash. And then the full accessory tray. The one I'm running, I'm really excited about this one. Gives you a whole bunch of utility there. So pretty cool. Let me show you how it bolts up. And I say bolt up, but the reality is there is no modification, no drilling, no damage to your 80 dash whatsoever. This is all snap in and go technology here. So starting with this single mic holder, you can see just two little holes there. It's got some nice clips here. These clips are much stronger than a factory, blank or factory switch for that matter, but that's just going to pop in your bezel. So here's your 95 to, or I'm sorry, 95 to 97 FCJ 80 dashboard. And that clip just snaps in, and there it is in place. Very similar with the cup holder insert. Of course, there are those two screws that you would remove to pull out that cup holder, or remove that little useless slot to reveal that area. And then this thing will just kind of slide in there as follows. And so there you go. It's in place, ready to go. Couldn't be simpler. So show you the next steps. On the radio side, or the cup holder insert side, this part's pretty thick, probably 400 thousandths thick, so quite a bit of thread in there. And I tap these threads for you, 1/4 20, and it makes it very, very simple. You're just going to take provided screws, screw that right on there. And that's what it looks like, all screwed in place. A nice close-up shot of that. That's what it looks like from the back. And of course, installed into your dashboard, it's going to look something like that. Put those two screws in there, add your accessory, off you go. Just as easy on the single switch side. There it is, screwed together. There it is from the side. Here it is from the back, seeing the screws. And then of course, that's going to snap into your dashboard. Choose a spot, and there we go. Pop it in. So a lot of you are going to have, you might have the security light over here that needs to find a new home, or maybe a center diff lock switch. You need to move that over. Remember, with this, you're gaining a switch, so the net is actually 0. In my case, my antenna doesn't work, so I just got rid of the antenna switch, easily freed up a space. So you might have to do a little maneuvering there, depending on what your setup is. But I think if you want to run this product, you're going to find a way. I think it's worth the effort. Now, we talked on the cup holder side, these threads are pretty beef, but over here, it's a little thinner. And you're probably thinking one of two things. One is, what if I'm super strong and I go to crank these and I end up stripping my threads? Oh no, am I going to be hosed? The other thing is, well, what if this is still kind of wiggly because it's really just a plastic clip? And is there a little movement there? Oh, yes, there is. So what do we do about that? I've got an easy solution for you, and I'm going to include it with the product. Check it out. This part is the backing plate for our plastic grid panels. And yes, I made the whole spacing the same, so I could use the same part. Why would I design another part if I don't have to? So you may notice in the very back here that the height of this is about the same as the height of your surrounding bezel. So these are planar. Actually, this new switch is a little bit recessed in there. So here's what you do. You take these clips, and these are the plastic clips that allowed you to, let me hold that, there we go. These clips allowed you to hold this in place while you were figuring out how you wanted to do it. But at this time, you can actually break those guys off. I don't know if I can do it while it's in here. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Popped it out. And here are my clips. And I'm literally just going to grab those and, oh, so sorry. They're pretty strong, but I'm just going to break them off. There we go. Clips no more. Now watch this. This goes back in the insert like that. Of course, it doesn't hold itself in anymore. But now I can take this backing plate, put it like that, and then I've got a couple nuts that'll screw down onto the end of those screws. And not only does this hold it really strong, and stronger than the clips, stronger than any clips for that matter, but you can see how the sheet metal is actually a little bit higher up than the plastic. So this metal is actually pinned to that metal, sandwiching this entire bezel, making that thing very, very, very strong. And it actually holds everything in place. So now, yeah, no more wiggle. Your install, pretty straightforward. You've probably already messed around in the dash by now. You got the 2 screws up here by your useless slot, as they call it, or factory cup holder. You got the 2 screws down behind the ashtray. Once those are all out, you just grab it and pop it out words, and that's pretty much it. So there we go. I've already got the accessory bezel here above the cup holder installed, so I'm ready to go with the mic holder. So we'll add one of these little, the small little accessory riser. Really just going to screw it on. Here's what we look like installed, both sides. So of course on this one we're just using the, sorry about the sun. We're just using those screws threaded right into that little cup holder bezel that we added. And then on the back one we've got, of course, the backing plate and those tooth flange nuts. And where we just pop that back in place and reinstall our screws. And once screwed on, these are pretty stout. So, wiggling them, they're tough, man. They're in there. Of course, you will be the judge of that. Screw on one of these little 1-inch balls that we stock here. And we'll just do a little testing here. So there's that guy. Let's take my iPad. I usually don't run an iPad. I've got the like a CarPlay unit, which is about the same weight. And but I don't run an iPad anymore. But I think it'll give you an idea. You screw that on there, and there it is. And just keep smacking on that until you get the point. Yeah, I'd like to see that test on some of these others because I feel this one is doing pretty good. Let me know what you think. I'm going to swap these out though for the full shelf because I like the versatility that gives me. And I also think that shelf is a little bit stronger when both sides are tied together. So I think it actually works even a little bit better than these little accessory guys. But either one should work well for you. Swap that out. I'll show you what that looks like. Here's a look at the shelf now installed. Of course, we've got the screws going in the front of there, and then in the back you can see, same backing plate, same method, with these little nuts here, backing plate, bolts up the same way. So just slide that back up, pop that back in place, add our screws, and we're off and running. Now, one feature I added to the cup holder bezel here is this center hole, and it's big enough for the remote cable for my ham radio faceplate. I'll also run maybe an audio cable through that at some point if I choose to, or perhaps a reverse light or reverse camera for the the CarPlay screen here. But that is what that is intended. It's pretty nice though, as you're getting this stuff mounted up, to be able to hide these wires. And the intent was that you could do a pretty clean install. You get that up there, and then this wire is going to go, but I can sneak it up in the gap here and even bring it around. So if I give myself a little slack loosening this screw, I can pull this out just a tiny bit, and then I'm able to feed this kind of up and around, and then around the back side of this little shelf. Oh, kind of got it stuck in there. One second, let me loosen that up just a little bit more. So there it goes. So I grab this, and then I can run it back around here, plug it in, and then pull my slack through. So it's really possible to get it to where it's pretty clean, and all you see is just a little bit of wire there. And I think that's kind of a nice feature. I don't like having a bunch of wires and splitters and so forth set up like that. And then similar story, I got the CarPlay bolted up, ran my power cord kind of up and under, so I just barely see a little bit. I like that. And you're gonna have some cables, but to me this cleans it up pretty well. And yeah, this guy she's on there, so it's been working really well. And then just one more shot of the full setup. So here's our ham radio faceplate, ready to go. You may have to do a little rearranging at the top here, depending on what switches you have, but I think it's worth the effort if you're motivated to run a setup like this. Of course, it blocks one of your vents. I don't think it's a big deal. If that's a big deal to you, you can think about that. Cables tuck in, and of course, there's no interference at all. Nothing's touching the dash, so these studs don't go down. You can pay attention, and of course, you can add washers and nuts here if need be, but really nothing is going to make contact. So it's been working really, really well. As far as the pattern on top goes, I didn't really have a plan there. It's a simple bolt-up pattern for most RAM mounts. I think most people are just going to tap a thread. These are already pre-drilled for either an M6 or quarter 20. If you want me to tap a thread for you, you can just let me know which ones. Of course, if you buy one of these from me, I can go ahead and tap that for you. You just have to let me know in an email. But it's working really well. I think you're going to dig it. So yeah, that's what the holes are on top. Of course, if there's some other hole pattern that I missed, let me know what that is, and we can see if we can incorporate that into the future revisions here. So I hope that was useful to you, mildly entertaining. Again, couple different products. We have the cup holder bezel with the new hole pattern here, place for you to add another switch, allows you to direct bolt up, one of these little guys, or of course the full shelf. And then we have the little switch insert with the backing plate, run one of these little things, or of course do the full shelf. So let me know your questions, let me know what you think. Of course, let me know what else you want to see either on these videos or in products. And as always, I will see you on the next one.